everybody. Episode 3 of The Nest. Finally got the name in the fucking intro. Sorry, I'm so thirsty right now. Hang on. Yeah, so finally got the name in the episode. First two are up on YouTube now. Also with the name, because I thought of it after I recorded the first two, but it's all good. Bleak morning here in South Jersey. It's fucking rainy and shitty. I woke up super early and went to bed super late. Said that backwards, but either way, kind of feel like shit. I got class later on, which blows. Got a project to do, which blows. And it's like a fucking, it's a research project, which I hate so much. Because it's not even like most research projects, like, you know, you might have a professor that's cool and will just be like, oh, just, and I have one of those too. In one of my other classes, my professor's like, yeah, just come up with like a topic that's cool, and do, like, I'm a media studies major, so she's like, yeah, you could do like a blog post, a video, a podcast even if I wanted about the topic. And, you know, just do like a bit of research, but make it about what you want. But this other class, it's just like dedicated to the research part, which is just like nitpicking bullshit to me. Like before this whole shit started, and we were on campus still, we did like a review before we started our project on like all the little things we had to know. And the ungodly amount of time we spent just on like the amount of time we spent, I hear this fucking Roomba outside, and I swear to God, if it starts hitting my door, I'm going to be pissed. But anyway, we're going over this stuff, and the amount of time we spent just on, like, the bibliography alone and how she wants everything to such a specific goddamn T makes me want to blow my head off, because that's the shit that I'm so terrible at. Like, and it's not even, like, nitpicking, like, oh, make sure you have like the right amount of sources, and that, you know, they all stay relevant to the topic, and that, you know, they're in the right section of the page. Like, that shit is kind of obvious and would make sense to go over, like the bigger stuff, but not like, I was really shocked at how anal she got with some of this stuff. It was like, she put like the fuck is it? Like one of those, like a cited source on the page, and she was like, well, what's wrong with this? And me in my simple mind was looking at it like, oh my fucking God, I have to turn this thing off. Shut up. It's a nice way to be woken up every morning, is by a dumbass vacuum busting into your door fucking 5 times. But anyway, she has the bibliography up. She's like, what's wrong with it? So I'm looking at it from a very, you know, simple standpoint. And I'm like, there's no, like, words in it. Like, it was just filled out with, like, random shit. Like, there was no, like, it wasn't an actual source, because that wasn't the point. The point was to show that, like, every little period, parenthesis, hyphen needed to be in this exact spot, or she would actually take off like a shit ton of points. And that just pissed me off so bad, because who gives a fuck? Honestly, who gives a shit? Plus, two, I'm the only one, like, I think it's a communications class, and I'm the only one in there that's from media studies. And the only reason I'm in there is because I fucking failed the media studies version of that class. So now I need to take this one, because the media one was full. So the one that I should have done good in, that didn't worry about that stuff, I fucked up. And now the stuff that I'm terrible at, I just have to do now. So that fucking blows. I'm so thirsty this morning. I have a deer park here. I fuck with deer park. I don't know why. Something about anytime there's nature involved in the name, I fuck with it. That's why I don't like Dasani. That's some fake-ass produced water by fucking Coca-Cola. I don't want my water to begin its existence in a factory in like fucking test tubes and shit. That's not my cup of water, as you could say. But either way, that's some bullshit that I got to get through today. Yeah, this. How are y'all doing with this? So I'm gonna take my mic off this stand. Hold it. How's everyone doing with the self-isolation shit? I'm fucking with it, honestly, so far. As a lazy person in general, it just feels like, oh, this is what this almost feels like now I'm working in a way. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, yeah, now. And when I see other people doing it, I'm just like, ugh, why don't you do something? Like, go out and actually do something. Like, stop horning in on what I'm fucking doing. Stop trying to get in on my deal. Such an asshole way to look at it. But I've been fucking with it. It's been pretty fun. Although, I gotta say, in like the first few days, I was definitely more bored than I am now. Like, it's hard to come up with stuff. Like, when you go right from having like the whole world and, options and fucking bunch of shit to do. Being stuck at home, you're just like, oh, now I can't do any of that stuff. But since I've been in here now, another sip. But since I've been in here, I've actually been finding a lot of entertaining shit. But yeah, when I was bored in those first days, one of the few things I did, I was watching a lot of Seinfeld, and in one of the episodes, I forget which one it was, but Jerry is just walking around. He's doing some shit with Elaine, but he's not really like present. He's just in the background, has like a fucking yo-yo. And I was watching it and I was like, when is the last time I actually saw one of those, a yo-yo, like in person, and two, actually tossed it on and got in some throws. And I determined it had been way too fucking long since I had done that. So I busted out this Amazon gift card that I was just never going to use because I hate ordering shit offline just because I'm an impatient fuck and I like having things immediately. But yeah, I went on. It was like a $50 gift card, and I bought 2 yo-yos off Amazon for like $10 a piece. The only thing it sucked was because of this whole virus shit. It just took like extra long to get here. Again, the reason I hate fucking ordering stuff. Like, I told my parents, I'm like, yeah, you're not even gonna want it by the time it gets here. Little did they know. They arrived, and I have been throwing those motherfuckers up and down from sun up to sundown. And holy shit, did I forget? Those are like the original fidget spinners, honestly. A yo-yo. It's so simple. It makes just like the smallest amount of... it's got that whiny kind of hissing noise that a fidget spinner has. People kind of look at you like you're a little queer when you have one, because it's like, really? Like, fidget spinner? Yo-yo? The only difference is I was in ShopRite the other day, because it was me, my dad, and my brother. We were just getting a bunch of, like, stocking up on a bunch of shit, and I had it. And I could see this guy looking at me, but the look on his face was like, damn, I kind of want one now. Like, it's definitely been fucking even way longer since he's touched one, I could tell. But yeah, I've been loving them. It's funny too, because when I got it, I just got I just get the normal ones. I'm not a fucking yo master. I'm not gonna be doing goddamn tricks and shit. So I just get like the normal fucking yo-yo, and so I had it for like a day or two, and I was just doing my thing. Pretty much all I could do was just make it go up and down, and then sleep or whatever, where it just like spins and stays at the bottom. Oh, that spiked so heavy on my laptop on the fucking audio. But yeah, so I was just like spinning it for a few days, and so I was like, oh, you know what, fuck it. I got literally nothing to do. Let me see if I can do a trick. So I go online and I find one, and it's basically like you make it sleep. It wasn't an around the world or wherever, where you just like spin it. But it was basically that. So I'm trying it, whatever. I'm just like in my room. It's like late at night, nothing to do, and I'm doing it. And at one point, I like fuck it up a little bit, and it just zips. And the thing was, in the video that I watched, because I went on like yoyotrick.com, which is way more official than you'd like it to be. But I go on, and basically all of it is like the harder you throw it, the better chance you're gonna have of doing it because it's just gonna spin longer, so you're gonna have more time to do whatever you need. So I'm doing it, and at one point I just fucking hurl it down at the ground with passion, and it just swings back up real quick past my feet, just zoom, zoom, right past my dome. And I just like kind of jolt back like on my bed or whatever because I'm right in front of it. And I was thinking, what a lame way to get like a big fucking bruise on your head or a black eye. Like, there's no good way to explain that. Like, if you went into school or work the next day and you're just kind of like, turning. I don't know why I'm turning as if anyone could see this, but you just like turn, kind of hide your face away. Someone's like, "Ooh, oh, Michael, like what happened? Are you okay?" And just like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Just had a bit of an accident. Like, "Oh my God, what happened? That's pretty bad." Just like, uh, you know, yo-yo trick. It just kind of brained me. Like, it's so fucking stupid. You can't say that. You can't say you got brained by your yo-yo. No one wants to hear that. That's so fucking stupid. But yeah, I almost got drilled by my Yomega Raider yo-yo the other night. So that was cool. But at least now, if it happened, I have no reason to go outside, so no one would see it. But yeah, definitely. Man, I am fucking tired right now. I don't know why. I fucking know why. It's because when I'm in San Francisco, well, first off, it's because here I have access to like, we have like a bunch of coffee makers, a bunch of soda around. And, when I'm in San Francisco, if I have coffee and soda throughout the day, all that will do is just give me a boost at the moment a little bit, but it doesn't come back around at night because if I'm ever up at like, if it's getting later, if it's getting like, 11, 12, 1 to that point, and I'm still not getting tired, I'm gonna smoke a little weed, rip a quick bowl, And then in an hour, you'll be fucking lights out. You have a nice sleep. It'll be, you'll get your REM cycle in, and you'll be chilling the next morning. You'll feel fucking fine. Here, however, I don't have that option. And I noticed that it happens to my mom too, and I really didn't think it would happen to me. But I swear to God, if I have like a coffee or something in the morning and then like a soda with lunch, I'm up till 3 a.m. Like, I can't fucking go to sleep. And that's not even like I don't nap during the day. Either that much when I'm here, so it's not that. Like, it's gotta be that shit. Because other nights where I haven't had coffee and soda throughout the day, I'm cool. I go to sleep at like 12:30, which is perfect for me. That's just enough time to, sleep, get up, do the shit I want to do. So that works out. But when I stay up, it fucking sucks. Because naturally, for whatever reason, like, I can't sleep in. Like, my body just says no to that. For whatever reason, it fucking sucks. I don't think I've ever slept, like, unless I've gone to bed, unless I did, like, some all-nighter shit and actually gone to bed at, like, 7, 8 a.m., like, or there's, like, a time difference situation, I'm not sleeping past, like, 11:30, 12. Like, it's just not gonna happen. My body always wakes up between, like, 8:30, 9:30, pretty naturally. So here, the thing is, if I go to bed at like 3:30, between like 3:30 and 4:30, I'm only getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep tops, or even less sometimes, just because, as you can hear, I'll get woken up by a goddamn Roomba, and I'm one of the people too that, like, once I'm awake, I'm awake. Shout out my roommate, Jack. I hope you're listening this far into the episode because that kid could sleep through fucking anything. Anything. Like I really hope, and, God forbid that something terrible happens and someone, like, ever breaks into his pad because he will have no fucking clue. He will sleep right through that shit. Like, holy shit, we shared the smallest room ever. Oh my God, I'm still so thirsty. Shared the smallest room fucking possible in downtown San Francisco with other two roommates. Shout out Alex Samay. But this kid, I swear to God, had 50 fucking alarms set within like 30 minutes. And I don't know how that's possible. Like, I don't get how it's comfortable to like wake up and be like, oh, I still, like, I get like waking up and being like, oh, nice, I still have more time to sleep. But that's like if you have like at, minimum like a half hour, 45 minutes. Waking up and being like, oh, nice, I have 7 more minutes to sleep. Who can go back to sleep like that? How is that possible? But yeah, like once I'm up, I'm up. That's it. Day has started. Shit has begun. Wheels are turning. But the other thing that sucks too is now that I've noticed is I'm pretty sure that because I can't just smack an ass bell before I go to sleep and just that one for one thing, I have fucking what is it, ADD? Yeah. So my brain a lot of times will just be fucking all over the place, random shit. So if I can smoke a little bit, that'll help me just like focus in on one thing. I can just go from one thing to another without the wheels going at like a fucking million miles an hour all over the place. And so like when I sleep too, that helps me just sleep, I notice. Like I won't dream necessarily, which for me is nice because I like just going to sleep and waking up. The occasional dream is cool. The only thing is most of my dreams suck. They're fucking stupid. I'm always like late for something. I'm always being pursued or I'm late for something. So like all my dreams are like, they're not nightmares and they're not good, but they're just like inconvenient. And like I just have inconvenient, slightly stressful dreams, which fucking blows. So when I have that option, I can just knock, I can go to sleep. Here though, where I don't have that option and, wheels are turning, amped up on fucking Lavazza coffee and cherry Coke, I'll have dreams that literally, no joke, I'm not fucking with you, I'll wake up and it'll feel like 2 goddamn days extra have gone by. Like I'll wake up exhausted somehow. And it's just the fucking worst because I'm not a morning person really in general. I'm up in the mornings always. My body's just like, nah, get up, asshole, time to fucking go. But, my brain, like, it's my brain is saying get up, but my body is not there. It's not, they're not on the same schedule until about like 12:30, until I usually get lunch in me. Not too, I'm not a, that's the other thing too. I'm starting to get into breakfast more just because I have the option to here. Like when I'm in San Francisco, not only am I just in a shitty mood in the morning, I'm in that fucking basement of a space with like not the best. Like I don't even have like good places to sit in my apartment. I do, like if I fucking moved some stuff around, but I'm just lazy to do that. And then I just get in my routine of not doing it and just like taking handfuls of either like dry Life cereal or fucking tortilla chips in the morning as my breakfast. And no, but here I have like everything's so easy. Like even like shit like a dishwasher. Like I won't want to make eggs and bacon in the morning at my apartment just because I don't feel like doing that. And then it takes like how fast do you eat that shit? Eggs and bacon. You fucking woof it down because you're hungry in the morning. So it's gone in like a second. So you take that time to do it. It's not like making that shit's complicated anyway, but you take the time to make your bacon and eggs, and then, you eat it in 3 seconds, and you're like, okay, now I just have to clean this stuff, and it's a fucking nightmare. So I end up just eating cereal out of the box like a child that's been, like, left alone or something and can't reach the milk in the fridge. But anyway, yeah, like, it just sucks. But now I'm getting into breakfast more here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so like now I'm getting into breakfast more here because usually my day doesn't start until lunch. Like I'm not fully myself until I get like a burger or something in me. But that is one positive thing I guess because now I'm just eating more in general, and I'm a skinny fuck. I'm a scrawny little bitch, so any extra calories and protein, whatever I can toss in. I'm saying this as I'm looking at fucking, 2 summers ago, I started to. No, well, I've always been into going to the gym. Like I've been on and off with it. Like, especially in high school, I went to the gym a lot. But the thing was, I would do it, but I would never keep up the diet of the gym. And I have a really high metabolism. Like, I could eat fucking anything and put on no weight. And so I would go to the gym, but not do any of like the protein shakes, eat like the right meals before and after. So I'm just getting like tired and breaking down like my body for nothing. And, trying to build up muscle off Pop Tarts and Lucky Charms and shit. But like 2 summers ago, I was like, fuck it, I'm actually gonna do it. And at that point, I knew like, oh, if I want to put on any sort of weight, I'm gonna have to just chug down those not even protein shakes. They're just like weight shakes, basically. I put this powder in, and I don't even think there's vitamin. It's just straight up like mass gainer. It's not even like muscle shit. It's just supposed to make you like fat. So for maybe like 2-3 weeks in the summer, and it was like right before I went. It was because it's kind of funny. It was because I got in a bit of trouble for having smoking weed at my house. Justifiable to get in trouble for that, getting caught, but whatever. That was one of the things that made me like, and I got like shell shock too. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna change stuff now. I'm gonna go to the gym again and actually try, and I actually did too. So for like 2-3 weeks before I went back to San Francisco, I buckled down, went to the gym, got all the shit, went to GNC, got like the vitamins, the pre and post workout, that mass gainer stuff, and that was literally the only period of time within those like 3 weeks. And it wasn't until like the last like few days, and I was like chugging these fucking drinks, and I was like, damn, I'm actually like, I checked myself, I weighed, I was starting to weigh a little more, I could see it, like when like before and after I was like getting in the shower, I was like, oh shit, like this is actually working. And then, right then I was like, that was like immediately went to San Francisco, cut out all fucking gym shit, just started there we go again. Just started not giving a fuck. And since then now, I've been pretty consistently skinny, but it sucks too because I don't have I don't have the patience to do it at the house. Once all this shit blows over, I'll start. Because I like the gym near me here. Like, it's a perfect distance from me. I like the little drive I can do to get there. The gym is super fucking nice, too. It was just built. It's like a Virtua. It's like a whole wellness center. So you can either go there to, swim a couple laps in the pool or find out you have cancer. Which, I swear to God, there's like a whole oncology fucking thing right in there, which is like literally like you're either gonna walk out just like just like got a good sweat on and just see someone bawling their fucking eyes out. Their life is just ruined. But yeah, that place is fucking sick. They got a lot of cool shit there. And now too, like I started going to the gym in SF, and it's yeah, I had a trainer there. Shout out Monica. She was fucking awesome. Showed me all this cool shit. A lot of like free weight, not free, like body weight kind of exercises. And so, yeah, once all this blows over and I can actually get back in there, hopefully, I'll see what's up. But oh yeah, this time too in this podcast, I feel like this one's going pretty well, which just means it's gonna take 3 times as long for it to fucking download on my computer, but got nothing to do. So yeah, when I was downloading the episodes yesterday, I didn't have my laptop plugged in beforehand, and so I opened it up. It was at like 19%, I think. So I plug it in. I'm like, all right, let me get this second episode downloaded or whatnot. I put it in, and I download it, and the first episode was like 20 minutes. Between like 20-25 minutes. The second episode was like 30-35 minutes. First episode downloaded in 5 minutes. Real quick, that's about what I expected. Second episode, only about 5-10 minutes longer than the other one. An hour to download. And as that was happening, I could see, even though my laptop was plugged in, first off, the fan was just, it sounded like a fucking hamster wheel in there, just like, just like, please, fucking kill me. Just for like an hour, it was just going off. Just like heating up like a motherfucker. And even plugged in, my laptop was very slowly just losing power. Like I started off at 19, plugged it in, download the video. Once it finished downloading, it was at like 12%. And then once that finished, it like cooled off, and then it was just shooting up normally. But yeah, hopefully this one doesn't take 10 fucking years because I got it crisp old triple digit 100% right now, starting off the right way. I also too I threw on. It kind of sucks this time. I just tossed on the mic, and I feel like I've been able to pretty much roll with it, even though this is the first time I actually wrote down some topics. And yeah, I don't know. Pretty much went through them all. I did have one. I just thought of. I was in the shower. I had no idea where this came from, and it kind of sucks that it's at the end of the episode. I feel like because no one's gonna hear it. But I was thinking. So yeah, I was talking the other episode. I've been watching that Tiger King shit. I think I'm on like just finished like episode 4 out of like 7, and me and my parents have been watching it. But I don't know, like last night, some nights I just want to fucking play video games, and I'll get into after this all the fucking rage that video games have caused me. But yeah, so we've been watching that. I think I said before, I'm a giant. I mean, who isn't a Joe Exotic fan? Even if like you think the shit that he does like is kind of fucked, him as just like a person is just so goddamn entertaining, and like all the like the piercings and shit. And not only that, I saw his piercings. I was listening to Big J Okerson and Bert Kreischer. Bert had him on his podcast, and I was watching it last night when I couldn't go to sleep. And they were talking about getting their ears pierced for the first time, getting like first piercings, first tattoos. And it made me think about like I'm not a piercing person in general. Like for me, I don't give a fuck if someone else has them. But I was thinking, it made me think of I don't know, in my area, I feel like that kind of like emo goth thing in like South Jersey was pretty big for a time. Like we just had a big I don't know, because we have one mall near me, the Morristown Mall, and the Hot Topic in there just popped off. So, and there was a skate park in there too. So it was just like dirtbag fucking central for like 5 to 10 years when that whole shit was going on. So anytime you went to the mall, there'd just be kids in black trying to bum cigarettes off of adults, just walking around like, oh, we can finally. Just like 16-year-olds doing shit that like they think is like badass, which is just not being home, just like hanging out, not in their basement for the first time. Shit that was annoying, but it made me think. Like, you remember how a lot of those people, they'd have like, not even that, they're still popular, I guess, and you don't even have to be emo or goth to have them. But like the gauges, it made me think. How come out of all the piercings and things that you can have on your body, like all the places you can get piercings. And, do body modifications, all this shit. How are gauges the only thing that have been exclusively stuck to the earlobe? I want to see, like, if you get your titties pierced, why doesn't the chick have fucking big hoops hanging down off her jugs? I want to be able to shoot baskets while I'm juggling those shits around. Or, no, that's a thing I get. I've seen those pictures of those tribes in Africa and shit that have those like dinner plates on their lips. That's got to be kind of convenient, right? The plate is just there. You can just have your lip out, have the food right on there, and just sort of shovel it in your fucking mouth as you're ready to go. But yeah, I think if you're a real body modification person, let me see some more big fucking holes on you. Don't limit it to the earlobe. That's not creative. Fucking go for it. Oh, yeah, too. So like I was saying before I start off on that, video games are, again, like, I get into phases with video games. It's usually once I get bored that I'll get back into them. Like, when I moved into my apartment in San Francisco, I got really into that Spider-Man game, which, to its credit, that game is fucking awesome. I recommend everyone plays that, honestly. Because not only is it, like, it's simple enough that you can pick it up pretty quick. There's just enough action in it, and like missions and stuff. Like you always have just enough to do and like different shit to do. Um, and like it's in fucking New York, obviously, and they did the city so fucking well. They did it so beautifully. Like there's so much detail in that game. And like being in San Francisco as someone from the East Coast, it's just cool to be able to just like whoosh, whoosh, just like web around the fucking city, um, and just like fuck around. Like I don't even like half the time, you could just like rip a bowl or something and then just like web around the city and just be entertained for like an hour at just how fucking cool it was. But yeah, that game was fucking awesome. But I just get into like rotations. Like I just we'll get into I farted. We'll fucking get into it for a time, then I'll play that game, I'll get really into it, then I'll be like, all right, done with that. Let me get into an online game. And that is where the problems start. And especially because I particularly like the NHL game. First off, shut down, honestly. Like just close your doors. Because it's too heartbreaking to see a video game that I grew up loving so much just become absolute garbage. They're so fucking awful now. They're so terrible. And it's to the point where it's just painful for me to play. Like, having played all of them growing up and knowing that they weren't this complete trash, it makes me so furious for no reason. Like the only games I've ever really like thrown my controllers at are NHL, and thank God my door in college was made out of like fucking steel or some shit, because that thing could take a walloping from my controller. Because I would toss that shit at it. So, like I had one, like I would have one controller I used, and then just because I had fucking no friends to play shit with, freshman year I would just have that second controller just to throw at the fucking door when I got pissed off. Like in the first few months, because I was just playing a lot of video games. So yeah, oh my god, it's so frustrating. Like I'd just be screaming at the top of my lungs at the utter nonsense that you have to deal with. And then like shit, like I have no tolerance for like I take losing very badly. That's why I try to just stay away from video games in general, just because I don't feel like, especially if I'm like with friends or something, I don't want to start having just irrational hatred for one of my friends who just because he beat me in a video game, just because I can't stand it. Especially too, like if you're using like a thing that really relies on like the computer, heavily, and it's different for each game. If it's like 2K or something, you have less people in general to control. There's less action, going on. So you have more control over the people in general. Where if it's like Madden or something, where you have 12 fucking, I don't know, I fucking don't know how many people on the field, but you have a bunch of people on the field. You're only controlling one or two at a time, one at a time. One at a time. And other random shit's going. It's so fucking frustrating because you know what you want to have happen, but they don't know. The fucking computer doesn't know. And oh my god, it just drives me so irrationally crazy. That's why consistently my favorite video game now has been sports-wise has been UFC, because it's just you and you control each fucking limb and nothing happens to those limbs without you telling them, and that's why I love it, because I can be like, all right, left hand, right hand, right foot, right hand, left hand, and it doesn't fucking do shit without me asking it to. So I can just go on, I can knock some skulls. And that's like my go-to. Like I go from one video game will make me stressed to another one to help me relieve that stress. But oh my god. As I was saying that, I just got like, when you go from being like, oh man, like I'm kind of hungry, to your stomach's like, hey, asshole, feed me now, or I'm going to make it feel like you got like appendicitis or some shit, like you're just hunching over with hunger. Like that happened to me. Like, oh, you even feel like if you're not so hungry, you feel like you're gonna throw up. That makes no sense, but that's just a cool little trick your body fucking plays on you. So shout out. Oh, I've been having way too many eggs. I got bougie with it too. I've been making those like Gordon Ramsay I saw it on. I know Gordon Ramsay. I saw him on that Bon Appetit page where you keep the heat really low and you throw in, no joke, 1 tablespoon of butter per egg. So if you're using 3 eggs, that's literally like a third of the fucking stick of butter, which is so much. But you throw that in there, you cook it at super low heat, like super low heat, and then you just keep mixing it on the pan until it gets to like this kind of like oatmeal almost like texture, and you take it off, and it is so good. It's so good. The only thing is though, it just kind of fucks with your stomach because you're just eating sticks of butter for fucking nonstop. And then like I've been having, even though I've been eating good, I really haven't been eating the best. I've been eating like buttery eggs, burgers with a lot of like seasoning juice, like shitty Kraft cheese, and then like late I'll have that with I fuck with, you can buy those Panera bread. Um, you can buy those Panera bread mac and cheeses. Like I'm not a big Panera bread guy, but their mac and cheese is fucking on point. They're doing something right there. And so I'll just have like that with it, and then yeah, dinners are pretty good. We've gotten these things. It's called like Hello Fresh or something. It's where they deliver like a week's worth of meals, like the ingredients for meals, and then you like they give you the recipe or whatever, and you cook it at home. And they've been surprisingly good because we did one of those when I was in high school, and the meals were just fucking terrible. They were way too experimental, like way too crazy. This one's been pretty chill though. It'll just be like steak and risotto, pork, mushrooms, and broccoli with like garlic. Like I don't know, I'm mixing shit up now, but they've actually been pretty fun. We had enchiladas. Enchiladas. What a weird specific thing to get in the mail to make that you wouldn't think would be good. But me having like a 6-year-old palate, it was just like meat, this really good cheese, this really good sauce, wrapped up in the tortillas, and it was fucking bomb. So I've been fucking with those. But then like later in the night, and too like since I've had more food here, once you start eating more, like your stomach expands basically. Like when you don't eat a lot, like you get used to not eating a lot. So I'll get used to living off of like one big meal a day in San Francisco and then just picking on shit throughout the day. Whereas here, when I just get into eating more because my parents are just putting more down on the table naturally, I just get hungrier. So I'll have that, and then I'll have like, um, we have these things here. They're called Lindy's. They're like little individual, like pint size, not pint sized, even smaller than that. I just say that because they're really small, like handheld almost water ices, and they're so fucking gas. So at night after dinner, I'll have like one of those, an ice cream sandwich, and then I'll make like a instant, like one of the ramen things, like just the basic ones and the styrofoam. So I've just been eating like just nonstop fucking bullshit. Like whatever vegetables come in that dinner are like the only greens that I get in my day. That's why I also think I got to start getting into the gym too, because that just naturally, like once I start taking that mass stuff, I start taking the vitamins to go with it, like just the multivitamin stuff, which just kind of like makes you feel better. I just got into that shit in San Francisco too. Like again, I was trying to like, all right, I busted out like my blender to make the protein things. I made one. I made fucking one before I had to come home, which was just so fucking annoying. But yeah. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. It's like making my head hurt. And two, oh my god, we were at the store yesterday, and I was just lazy. And I was like, I walked past the Eggos, and I was like, I love getting the little cinnamon toast ones. They're so good. They break off. They're like um, normal size. Like it'll come in like a piece of toast size, but they're like 4 little squares that you can rip off. And they're just cinnamon toast, and they're so good. Oh, they're so amazing. And I was just lazy. I was like, I just bought a bunch of other shit that didn't pertain to breakfast. And I was like, oh, fuck it. I got a bunch of other food. I don't need those. And now I'm starving, and I would fucking kill for one of those. I don't have the option to have it, and that makes me sad. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I think I might wrap it up now. I'm so goddamn hungry, and just filling my stomach up with this water isn't very helpful. But yeah. Yeah, this has been episode 3. I was thinking too, so what I did was I wanted to record 2 episodes or a couple episodes, just and before I actually published them to actually, have them in the vault, see how I felt after recording them, see if I could still think of shit to talk about and, have the sort of mental fortitude to actually go through after recording them and putting them up. So now that I've done that and put 2 up in a row, like I'm not going to be able to put fucking an episode up every day. That's just unrealistic. I think I have to keep some semblance of reason with this show if I actually want to continue. Because I fuck with it. This is fun for me. I just get to rant about shit that's been annoying me. So I think if I'm going to keep doing it, I got to get a better schedule going. So what I think would be good is record episodes. I don't know what would be good. Would it be good to do what I did and just do like a Saturday, Sunday, and then just let the week and then just record throughout the week, or maybe do like a Sunday show and a Wednesday show, something like that. I definitely want to do like definitely once a week. Obviously, anything less than that is kind of flaky. But I don't know, especially because I'm not a fucking stand-up. I don't have shit to talk about for like 3 hours. So I think if I just put out like half-hour, 45-minute episodes like 2-3 times a week, that'd be pretty consistent and doable enough. Because I got time now. I got nothing. I've got shit to talk about too. That's been on my brain. Who's texting me right now? Oh yeah, one of my friends. He said. First off, what an asshole. He's like, oh, dude, I'll put the story. If you do an episode about Fortnite, I'll put it on my Insta story. How about you put it on there anyway to support a homie, douche? I hope you hear this, row. But anyway, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I might do that, honestly, just for shits and giggles. I got nothing to do. I might do it right after this one. But yeah, this is episode 3 of The Nest. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. I've honestly been surprised at how the reception has been for this. I've tried other... I think it's just because people know I kind of care about this more. I've tried to do other things, whether it's like music or stuff like that, and I feel like, well, that's also was just so fucking horrible. It's just beyond stupid. But... not even that, but I don't know. I feel like I really like doing this, and I feel like everyone kind of knows that I like doing this, and this means a lot to me. And it really means a lot to me that everyone has listened. So if you've gotten this far, if you've listened to the end, thank you so much. I love you all if you've listened, for taking the time to listen to my dumb content. So thank you so much. This has been The Nest, episode 3. I'm Michael Keller, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.